Hey everybody, it's Eric, your friendly Sportsnet here, and this is Sportsnet News, episode number 5. On today's show, I'd like to talk to you guys about the NBA. The NBA was the first league in North America to postpone their season and playoffs. They did this because they were the first league in North America to have a player test positive for COVID-19. Now, as soon as they found this out, they canceled the game that team was supposed to play that evening, and it caused a ripple effect of canceling the rest of the regular season and the playoffs. Or postponing, I should say. Now, that quickly spread to the NHL due to the fact that the NHL share facilities and arenas with NBA teams in a lot of cities. So, having a player test positive was scary enough, but having a player like Rudy Gobert test positive, where he was on the court the night before feeling perfectly fine and kind of made a joke about COVID-19 and how it's not serious, and he was touching the reporters' microphones and voice recorders, etc., making light of the pandemic and, oh, it's not going to stop me, I'm not positive, it's not going to stop anybody, blah, blah, blah. Now, obviously, his tune changed quickly when less than 24 or 48 hours later, he was tested positive for COVID-19, was very sick. So he obviously issued an apology shortly after, apologizing to his teammates who ended up contracting it after he touched some of their stuff, but also just the massive ripple effect it caused. Now, hindsight is 2020. Obviously, even if he hadn't tested positive and infected other players, they would have probably still canceled their season or postponed it due to the fact that this COVID-19 pandemic spread, and it spread quickly. Now, in regards to the NBA restart plan, they are talking about having a hub city or multiple hub cities similar to the NHL. Their hub city, for one hub city, is the talk of using Disney in Orlando. Now, this is because they do have a massive sports facility that they can use multiple courts, use multiple times a day, have multiple games a day. And with this, they've talked about a possible 1-16 matchup in the NBA playoffs. Now, the 1-16 is an interesting scenario because you'd have teams like the LA Lakers in the same bracket as the Toronto Raptors. The Toronto Raptors would also have to play the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round. You could see the possibility of an all-LA final with the Lakers and LeBron James making it in one side of the bracket and Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers making it on the other side of the bracket. So, needless to say, it should make for an interesting scenario if they go through with that. I personally hope they just stick with the 1-8 in the East and the 1-8 in the West, even if they're all in one hub city. But this just makes it a little bit more exciting having all the Eastern Conference rivalries reheat, especially a team like, let's say, Philadelphia and Toronto reheating their rivalry after that epic Game 7 game-winning shot by Kawhi Leonard last year, or even the back and forth with the Milwaukee Bucks in the third round, I should say. Like, there's some interesting aspects if they have an all-Eastern final or an all-Eastern playoffs and an all-Western playoffs compared to the 1-16. But the 1-16 also could cause for some pretty interesting matchups, needless to say. Now, in regards to the NBA, everybody knows that the Raptors won the series, won the title last year. This was their chance to repeat. The repeat was a possibility. As a Raptors fan, I'd like to say they were destined to repeat this year. It was going to be tough. The Milwaukee Bucks looked like they were unstoppable in the Eastern Conference, and not to mention having to go through the possibility of either Kawhi Leonard in the Clippers or LeBron James and the Lakers in the NBA Finals due to the fact that those two teams were insane this year. So no matter what happens with the NBA, I think having the league back, yes, they won't have fans. Yes, they'll be in one hub city or multiple, depending on what they decide. But having the sense of normalism, normality, whatever you want to call it, back in the sports scene of the NHL now talking about returning sometime in July, possibly the MLB as well, maybe even the NBA. So there's a lot of opportunity for pro sports to return to the North American landscape within the next 2 months. So let's just hold our breath and hope that they get back and everybody's healthy, that they don't rush it back, that they do all the proper testing. That is the key right now, is make sure that the health and safety of the players and the coaches and the training staff and all of the other staff involved is at their utmost importance. So I'd like to end this video by talking specifically about the Toronto Raptors. As we know, yes, they won the title last year. Yes, there was a chance to repeat this year, but they have some insane talent this season. Yes, they lost Kawhi Leonard, but I mean, Pascal Siakam has just stepped up enormously in his not second season or third season now, but Kyle Lowry has stepped up, Serge Ibaka, and this is the other thing too, is they will come back 100% healthy if they come back in July, whereas heading into the playoffs, there was a couple players that had been injured and might not have been at 100%. Now, that's the same thing with every team in the league, and every league for that matter. A lot of leagues and a lot of teams worldwide are like, hey, if we restart, now my entire team's healthy, I have a better shot at a title. So let's just hope and pray it comes back. Everybody's healthy, everybody's safe, and we get one hell of a playoffs, especially in the NBA, because I would love to see the Toronto Raptors repeat as champions this year. Anyways, guys, I'd just like to say thank you for watching this video. If you like this video, click like. If you really like this video, subscribe. And please share with your friends, family, all your other sports fans. I have multiple episodes now, obviously, so I'm just trying to get this thing off and running. So anyways, have a good one, stay safe, and talk to you soon.